This time on Woody's Garage. This engine smells like a dirty Sanchez.
Uh-oh, stop the presses. I think I remember seeing this and I just forgot all about it. But the keyway on the crankshaft has a big chunk taken out of it, and that's a game changer right there. Well, here's where I'm at now. Drilling out, trying to hit the center the best I can. You get down to a point where you've gone beyond the head, and I was able to get this screwdriver in here, hopefully without hacking up the aluminum too much. It popped and the head just went pop and fell off. This one too, so now we just got to get these two. There it goes. Look at that. Oh my God. And look at these. I was hoping there'd be enough left here so I could turn them out with vice grips, but no wonder it didn't turn. Holy smokes. Okay, I took the wire brush, kind of clean this off, maybe give it a chance of getting some PB blaster down inside the threads there, although I doubt it, and it's sitting in a big bath. And I think we should probably leave it like that for a while. I'd love to start trying to get these out, but I believe they're aluminum into aluminum, but I'm not sure. I'm wondering how far they went in, so if I ever get the clutch off, maybe I can approach this from inside, but I doubt it. They probably would interfere with the clutch performance itself. What a mess. And here's a special tool that you need. Fits on a socket. Goes into these things right here, as you see. Tap that in and hopefully have some luck getting it out. Okay, we've let it soak for about 3 hours. I was going to do a whole day, but I'm impatient. We just hit it with some more heat. And I was sort of thinking, do I want to try to pound it with this or use the impact driver, the electric impact driver. The electric it is. You know, there's a lot of liquid in there. I don't want to get all splashed. You know, I'll get my dirty clothes dirty. I know, hurry up, hurry up. You know, one thing I didn't check is if this is reverse threads. It might be. I gotta do that. Counterclockwise, it's normal. Yeah, baby. Yeah, that makes it all worth it. Yeah, now getting this thing off. Hee hee. That's gonna be fun too. Okay, there's a washer here. It's like a safety washer. It has these tabs that you fold over after you tighten up the nut so that the nut doesn't move. And this one's actually in good shape, which is crazy. So I'm going to get this off, and then we'll start trying to get the clutch off. I'm sure it's pretty happy where it is right now. A couple of taps with a hammer. It's off. It's off. So now you can take off this big gear and this gear There's a jumping Pete. Then we got to get this gear off. And then we'll start seeing some fun stuff. I promise. Yeah, we got that off by bending the shit out of it. I tried putting like a rag over it so if it flew it wouldn't go very far, but we bent the shit out of it instead. Alright. It's coming. Yeah. Alright. So here's like our shifter mechanism, which is totally frozen, which is why it's stuck in gear. That's actually a good thing, believe it or not, because this stuff can be unfrozen with some lube and going like this. I mean, look at that. It was frozen. Now it's already moving. This thing. Yeah, see, that's moving too. But it's supposed to move really easy. So I'm going to pivot point here. A big pivot point here. Oh, it's fun now. Okay, we took this off, which kind of holds it in gear. Kind of moves like this as you switch gears. And this spring here goes like this, so that it moves that, so it brings it back. All right. So now we can tappy tap with this without it getting hung up by that. It's funny how you destroy a tool like this and then it's like it's the perfect tool the next time you have a job for tapping. I could do this all day. Alright, I think I'm just kind of wasting my time there beating this thing back and forth because this is totally frozen up. This is the shifter drum, and I believe it should be able to move kind of freely. Maybe not, but obviously everything's frozen up, so it just has to come apart. So let's see if I can get this star thing off here without mangling it. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm getting lucky. Okay, so we got this part facing down. That's really for me. You know, the YouTube videos that I've seen are all assembly videos. Nobody has done a disassembly video that I have seen. There might be one out there. But here's this all gunked up. We'll see if we can... That spring is definitely under tension there too, right here. Oh look, extra parts. Now I know what this is. Another thing is just waste. Okay, let's see if we can... kind of felt like a little bit of motion. Tap it in, tap it out, tap it in, tap it out. Well, if it was attached to anything, it isn't anymore. What a beaut, huh? Alright. I might have to organize these parts. Put them in little bags and label them and stuff before things get out of control here. Now we got a nice big hole into the engine right there. right there. I'm not sure about the kickstart if it comes out the same way. I don't think I mentioned or you noticed, but the case was splitting while I was doing that. This is the oil pump. I bet that's full of sand. Okay, we're going to take out these outside. Different sizes, different lengths. Okay, well, the case is that far apart. I'm definitely not trying to force it at all. And I don't want the gear clutch to go flying across the floor neither. I still don't know what's going on with the kickstart or the oil pump. But the kickstart is loose as a goose, as you can see. All with a rawhide hammer, so. Hoping the kickstart. Oh my God, look at that dirt. Look at that. So, it's my guess is that somebody sabotaged somebody's CT70 by putting dirt in it. That is really my guess. What a damn shame. Especially an engine like this, which is rare. Well, not wicked rare, but they made more automatics. Oh, here we go. Than they made clutch. Let's look. Ooh. Oh, ho, ho. But here's a gear cluster and everything. Looks like we might be missing a washer. Oh no. Yeah, everything's going flying. Now we got this washer here. You got to watch things like this, because you don't put that on there, that will grind right through the case. Yep, this is what we got, baby. Dog do. God, what if it is? Alright, gasket off. Get a look at everything. God, I can't believe the bearing's like okay. That's the thing I was talking about. That goes to the oil pump right there. And I guess it just kind of screws into the body here, as far as I can tell. So maybe we can get the gears out, but I mean, we've come a long way. I want to be kind of cautious too. I think maybe we'll pick out the dog do first and have a look around. Yeah. Okay. You know, I don't know how good the overhead shot is here. So, I figured I'd give you a look down here. Look at all that poop. But, you know, first look at the gears. They look intact. Here's the outside of the case. Here's a Kickstarter shaft. This is a gear that I thought might be gone. But there's kind of another worm gear thing, I think. It goes like there. Although this doesn't look like it has one. But man, is that corroded up. Yeah. I mean, when I first got this, the first thing I did is I just put some oil in it. You know, just to keep everything from getting really, dog do? No, it's not dog do. You know, so everything didn't really freeze up. So I think that did it some good. But, man, we got a lot of cleaning up. Yeah, I'm just wasting your time. Okay, where are we at now? We got the gear cluster out, kind of the same way we pounded out the other shaft. They came out intact. The gears look good. This is the shifter drum. This is all seized up. Why it wouldn't shift is this. That could probably be loosened up. Everything's got to get a really big gas bath. Now remember when I was taking the mag assembly off here, I kind of said like I thought this was a plate and that it should come out. Because right now I want to take out the crank and it ain't budging, and I might have messed up some shit. So I've been cleaning it. There's so much crap on this thing you can't see. Doesn't that look like a line to you, like it is a split? I mean, you got to get in there to take, I think, to take the timing gear off the shaft. Also, I want to take out the plunger here. I already loosened it up. This is the cam chain tensioner right here. It's just a spring and like a piston type deal. It's like non-adjustable. On other bikes you can adjust it, but this is just set. Should be a spring in there. Stuff. So this is where I'm at right now. Things are actually looking pretty good. Okay, the other day when I stopped, I realized that I have to take this out. This holds the cam roller. And it's kind of weird. It's like this big ass screw that is too big for a regular blade. So I got like my King Kong screwdriver out here. I've hit it with heat a couple of times. And let's see what we can do. It's got to be held at the same time that I'm turning it, of course. No. Oh well. Help if I was loosening it. Oh God, it's already getting like wider. Yeah, we just got it with some more heat. I'm about to choke. I think those things are gonna break off. I gotta put the vice grips on it. Oh shit, that's gotta fit. The reason that's like that is it goes into the oil pump, so you don't want to screw that up. So, I was wrong about needing to remove this. I gave the crank a couple more taps. I had been tapping it before. It landed right there. There it be. This thing's got to be a plate. Right here where it holds a magneto and stuff. I'm tapping on it from the other side. I can't see if there's a crack there or not. I mean, it kind of looks at because of the dirt and stuff. But I mean, the Honda 50 I took apart, it definitely was. This one, I don't know. But it would have to be though, because there's the cam chain gear stuff. You have to be able to get at that. So I've been tapping at it with this just lightly, you know, not hard, but it ain't budging. Oh yeah, you can tell it definitely is. You can see that O-ring in there. See that O-ring right there? Well, that's what's holding me up. It's pinching on it. Yeah, I think we're getting it. See this side coming up? It's up above it, so it definitely is a plate. Man, you bastard. See, it almost looks like I'm bending it a little bit there. You keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Ooh! It's my little Richard. Yeah, we got it out. Kept tapping with this, just lightly. You felt it go a little more. And yeah, there is an O-ring around this thing. And I don't think we bent it at all. But I knew that that was supposed to come out. And then you see the cam chain wheels here. This is the one that the cam chain tensioner comes up here and pushes on this. So, wait a minute. Oh, it comes from down here, sorry. This thing's upside down. Comes up here and pushes up here to put tension on the cam chain. And that's totally frozen. That thing should spin, and this thing should spin. So they're both really frozen. Okay, we got the cam chain tensioner wheel out, and we found this chunk of metal behind it. And the good news, it's loose. Almost move it all the way around with my thumb now. The bad news, it's definitely shot beyond belief. I mean, look at that. There's no teeth left. Like me if I don't go to the dentist soon. So that'll need to be replaced. But I'm kind of hoping, that's where that shaft is, that's right here, that maybe it has loosened it up, because this is what you're going to need to take out in order to get this. And I know they sell this whole part, so of course they sell everything. Well, actually not really. But we need to get that out. So even if we destroy this thing, although we got to get it cleanly out of here, so you don't want to destroy the case. The case is in good shape. Almost there. Oh, we got a new crankshaft coming, if I didn't mention that. The guy had it up there for 50 bucks first, dropped it down to 25 bucks. Then he made me an offer for $17.50 shipped. So I said yes, because if all else fails, at least it has, he said it has a slight vertical movement, very slight is what he said. And he's got a good reputation, so if it's not bad, I'll use it as is. If it is bad, then I might have to get that crank pulled apart and add just that one side with the keyway back onto the rest of the crankshaft, and I'll have a good one, but that might cost me money to do, unless I find somebody who has a press that I can borrow and do it myself. Okay, kind of the next thing I want to do is try to clean up these parts a little bit. I actually hit this with a wire brush, the wire wheel, and yeah, it looks like crap. Like, I think everything's gonna look really, you know, put this in the wire wheel a little bit, the rust, although I'm not going to use this crank. But now I'm taking apart the gear clusters, and there's like a snap ring here, and you kind of just lay them out. I'm taking them out and flopping, so they'll be in order like that. And there's dirt on the shaft and stuff like that, although everything moves pretty good. But we're going to make them as clean as we can. And pretty much the same with everything else. Just take it apart and kind of evaluate it and see, you know, what we got to really replace. First set of gears are cleaned up. Also, the shifter drum has unfroze. I can move this around. This side doesn't move, but I don't think it does. And I'm pulling out the pins, the shift pins here. I got 3 of them out right down there. We'll get that guy out. And then see if we can get some gasoline through this to kind of break things up. I don't think this comes apart. Something to look at with this, I know, are the shifter forks themselves, and I don't know, they don't look totally unhealthy. So hopefully that's usable too. This cluster was really frozen up, but they're moving good now. They're still kind of dirty, but no, that moves good. Shaft's dirty, that's dirty. Those are in the bath here, and going good. The shifter drum's pretty clean. Took a little bit of the wire wheel to it. We pulled out the pins. I think they're stationary. They don't move up and down or anything like that, but we cleaned them and stuck them back in. Now they'll probably just fall out. I got a piece of paper towel around the midsection because it keeps kind of drooling oil out of everything. Because it's pretty hard to clean, to blow out and stuff like that because of these open holes. But I also noticed, like, I was wondering, like, what's this thing? Oh, that must be for the neutral switch. You know, a copper connection. And this part sticks out of the case and hitches up to a wire so it knows when it's in neutral so that the green light comes on the speedometer. Here are the mag coils and the points. Yeah, I'll use those again. But I see the wires. I didn't really get them before, but I see that this is the old harness that plugs into the harness of the bike. And these wires have been messed up good. Yeah, will they ever work again? I kind of hope these do. The points are not a big deal. Pretty dirty flywheel. We'll hit this with a wire brush. Looks brand old. Yeah, well, almost the gunk off of it. We have this kind of lubricated in here. Why? Because the spring mechanism here for the advance, which I'm not quite sure how it works, but these are all kind of frozen up. Although, quite honestly, if you look at them, can you see them? A little more light in here. They got a pivot right there, and I can't get it to go either way, but there doesn't seem to be, like these are supposed to look like they're supposed to bottom out over here, but it's not budging either way. So I got them oiled up right now. Let that kind of sink in there. Also, the magnet, if you look, there are little shards of wire wheel on it right now. But if you look at that one right there, that's kind of lumpy right in here. And I don't know if that's going to like hit the magnets or hit the posts when it goes around. It's not much. I sanded it out a little bit, but we got some oil on that too, and maybe it'll break that up over time. All right, onto the clutch. We're cleaning this up. We're popping off this ring that holds everything down. It kind of sits in a groove here all the way around. You got to pry it out with a screwdriver like I'm doing. And then we'll see if we can get these clutch plates out. This will probably be very funny. Okay, we got the ring off. I found, like, while it was on there, I took the little screwdriver and just gave it a whack from the back side. It would kind of loosen it in its channel here. You can see that channel right there. Get some more light over here. Now there's friction plates and there are clutch plates. And this top one is a clutch plate. It doesn't have any material on it. At least I don't think it does. Let's see if we can pop it out of there. Ooh. I just bent it, I know that. And they're like spring loaded too, so it's like if it was clean, it would just pop up. So this is what we got out. That's a regular plate. There's no friction material on it. This has friction material on it. This one should just be a regular plate like that. And this is, I think this is the outer, oh look, it's coming off. Yeah. This is the outer plate, for lack of a better term. And that's another friction. So it takes two friction. Now this plate in here is actually spring loaded. And any second it could go boing. No, actually I don't think it'll jump that far, but maybe it will. I don't really know. And you got to take these out, and I can't remember how I took these out before, and I don't want to trash them. I also filed down these screws that I broke off in hopes that I have a better chance of getting a drill bit in there on center. Of course, look at that one. That one, the old bit already got down to there. Ah, God, this thing is a nightmare. So I think I'm going to let this one soak a little bit. Put a little oil. This is where they always get jammed up, where the plate goes into the basket. It's kind of like, I guess it's steel with aluminum. And they like to get married after a while, after they sit there. Well, it looks like we got some success with this pipe wrench to get this thing out. This was a battle and a half. Now the vice grips did not work. Well, I don't have it out, but it is spinning. I don't know if it's got to spin out of this. I don't know if this thing's threaded into the block or just threaded into this, which is so strange. So it's probably going to take an hour to get it out, but I'll show you when it's out. So here the gear, which is rubber with like metal on the sides there, has definitely spun free from the shaft. It's damaged. I'm going to have to replace it no matter what. So I got out the knife. I said, oh, I'll cut it off. No, there's metal plates on both sides. Can't go through that. And, you know, I've wedged it off, but it's just wedged in here. Not out here where it would come off. And by spinning it, it's just sitting right there. My main goal is to get this out of here and then get some vice grips on this side and see if we can, I'm pretty sure that this is what holds that post in. So, well, I'll keep working on it. Alright, so we're almost there. Beat the gear in. The gear is steel and that coating on the outside is rubber. But I knocked it down enough to get the vice grips on, and using the pipe wrench, we're almost turned it all the way out. I guess we'll let you see the glory here. Oh. It never gives in. It still doesn't mean the shaft is going to come out. Not yet. Oh, well, there's the gear. And yeah, it's just spinning in there, so... Yay! That's it. See, it wasn't usable anyway because the teeth are just gone. Well, I should have done this a lot earlier, but we'll take out the kickstart. It's got a clip right here. Which you won't be able to see because I'm in the way. Get in there, you mother. Oh, is this another off-camera deal? Oh, there we go. Don't lose. Whoa! Okay. Now, does this thing come off? Probably supposed to, but does it? I think it will. What we have is a splined fitting here. Shit, I hate to take it off because how do you know what the position is? I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, we'll try to get that off and I'll show you. This is hysterical. So I put some lube around it and cleaning it all up. I push on the shaft and it falls right through. No beating required. Okay. So we got this ugly ass thing. I don't know if this is going to be usable again. We'll try to clean that up. I just heard the clip fall in here, I hope, or fall someplace. Then here we have this spring assembly. Never have the right tool, which is right here. And I kind of want to leave that in one clump for right now. Went in like this came through like this. Alright. So a little heat and this tapped right out. This was the part that was stuck into the case here. This is supposed to move freely in there. It's supposed to spin. So we clean this up a bit and we clean the case up by kind of honing out the hole. And it spins in there now. It's not perfect, but this may be reusable. We also popped off the oil pump. That's a whole nother story. That's kind of seized up too. So that's everything off the cases, both of them. I got a little oil and I'm letting that kind of soak into this crappy looking stuff, and that may help to get that off, to get a little cleaner looking. And we're looking at the clutch right now. We're still trying to get this piece out. I can't remember, this isn't a plate. It's a whole, well, it's a plate, I guess, but I don't know if this is attached to this, is attached to this. So I guess I was right the first time. This does pop out. That's all one piece there. So I got a socket here, and I'm going to pound on it, and it's probably going to take a long time, so I'm not going to video it. Okay, it's starting to move. There it is. Wasn't so bad after all. And here's the springs. They're right there. One already fell. Get those springs out of there. And these other springs fell out too. These are the little guys. And kind of gives you access to the holes that the screws are broken off in. I don't know if that's going to help us or not. I hope so. Here are those little springs I was talking about. That was kind of stuck. This stuff looks usable. And here we have the hideous oil pump. Look at the junk in there. Oh, yeah, everything is going to take like, 20 hours to clean. So now it's completely disassembled, and we have to think about what we're doing from here. Do we throw it in the trash can? Do we waste money on parts? Yeah, probably. And I think I might get like a 5-gallon bucket that I can fill with gas and drop these cases in and let them soak for a couple of years and get all that crud off of them. Same is true with all the other parts, because boy, they are just so dirty.